왜들 그리 다운돼 있어 뭐가 문제야 say something 분위기가 겁나 싸해 요샌 이런 게 유행인가 왜들 그리 재미없어 아 그건 나도 마찬가지 Tell me what I got to do 급한 대로 블루투스 켜 아무 노래나 일단 틀어 아무거나 신나는 걸로 아무렇게나 춤춰 아무렇지 않아 보이게 아무 생각하기 싫어 아무개로 살래 잠시 I'm sick and tired of my everyday Keep it up 한 것도 아무 노래나 일단 틀어 아무렴 어때 so boring 아무래도 refresh가 시급한 듯해 쌓여간 스트레스가 배꼽 빠질 만큼만 복속하고 싶은 날이야 You're one of my thugs 어디야 넌 올 때 병맥주랑 가끔 늦게 사와 클럽은 구미가 잘 안 당겨 우리 집 거실로 빨랑워 왜 보이는 여우령껏 차단시켜 밤새 수다 떨 시간도 모자라 누군 힘들어 죽겠고 누군 축제 괜히 싱숭생숭 I want my juice back 좀 전까지 먹자지 하다 한 명 두 명씩 자리 왜들 그리 다운돼 있어 뭐가 문제야 say something 분위기가 겁나 싸해 요샌 이런 게 유행인가 왜들 그리 재미없어 아 그건 나도 마찬가지 Tell me what I got to do 급한 대로 블루투스 켜 아무 노래나 일단 틀어 아무거나 신나는 걸로 아무렇게나 춤춰 아무렇지 않아 보이게 아무 생각하기 싫어 아무개로 살래 잠시 I'm sick and tired of my everyday Keep it up 한 곡 더 떠나지 못할 바엔 창밖은 쳐다도 안 봐 회가닥에서 주태를 부려도 No worries at all 이미지 왜 챙겨 그래봤자 우리끼린데 늦기 전에 my past bitch 이 시대가 얼마 남았어 편한 옷으로 갈아입어 You look nice get em high 얼핏 보면 그냥 코미디 이렇게 무해한 파티 처음이지 방감이 격차하는 새벽 2시경 술잔과 감정이 송돌이쳐 왜들 그리 다운돼 있어 뭐가 문제야 say something 분위기가 겁나 싸해 요샌 이런 게 유행인가 왜들 그리 재미없어 아 그건 나도 마찬가지 Tell me what I got to do 급한 대로 블루투스 켜 아무 노래나 일단 틀어 아무거나 신나는 걸로 아무렇게나 춤춰 아무렇지 않아 보이게 아무 생각하기 싫어 아무개로 살래 잠시 I'm sick and tired of my everyday Keep it up 한 곡 더 아무 노래나 일단 아무 노래나 틀어봐 아무 노래나 틀어봐 yeah. 아무 노래나 틀어봐 아무 노래나 KOZ.
Hey guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you liked that project video. It's been really difficult to do the type of stuff we want to do ever since the pandemic hit, but we are slowly and surely starting to figure out the process that we're getting into. That being said, I have decided to start making these behind the scenes / extra features type things at the end of my projects. It's especially designed for those of you who are looking to get into project videos and don't know where to start or are curious about a certain element of the creative process. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to them, or maybe I'll do an extra features on something like that. With that said, a lot of questions revolving around the creative process for project videos is how does one get started? How should I be scripting things? How should I be planning my stuff out? In terms of scripting, this is where I think this project video might really help you with a lot of you who are trying to figure stuff out. There was no real scripting done. A lot of it was based off of a vibe that I wanted to portray, which on that day just happened to be a very sunny day. We didn't even have a song picked out. As soon as my director, Sammy, came over, she put on a playlist, and I kind of just like sat there listening while tinkering with some of my gear. And then on the third or fourth song, Any Song by ZICO came on. I never even heard of the song. I thought that this was the vibe that I was trying to portray in this project. So we kind of broke the song up. We thought about which parts were going to be in it, and then we just went out and shot it. So I recommend that if you were doing a lot more of a freeform, freestyle type video, start with thinking about both A-roll and B-roll. So basically it breaks down to A-roll, which is going to be like the main skeleton that you're going to be using as a baseline, and B-roll in this case being a lot more of the filler. So that was stuff like cinematics, it was stuff like my more experimental camera work, it was stuff like my more experimental gloving stuff. Make sure you have a good set of A-roll. That's going to be your main footage that you use as your skeleton, your baseline. So that even if somehow you have nothing in your B-roll, at least you have some strong footage in your A-roll to work off of. Also make sure that that's going to be some of your best gloving. I found that whenever you're shooting on a location rather than on a controlled set, it can be really distracting for the glover, especially since oftentimes you're shooting outside. It's going to be really hot or really cold. You're also going to be doing stuff in front of a camera, not always in an environment that you're used to, such as like being in front of a mirror or being in front of an audience. All of these things are going to affect your performance. So I would recommend that in these A-roll footage where it's your baseline, your skeleton, it's going to have to show off some of your best gloving work. Make sure that the camera isn't moving around too much. Get a little bit of movement in there, maybe from side to side, maybe up and down, maybe forward and back, just so that you still get some of that cinematic depth that you're looking for. But try to use this time not to do anything too crazy, because you can do a lot of the crazier stuff in your B-roll footage, because that stuff is expendable anyway. So once I was in the editing room, I had the song. That was the first thing I put into Premiere Pro, and then I kind of split the song up into different sections. And then I kind of wanted to see how I want to tell my story. I had a bunch of these different cinematic shots that I knew were going to be good for like the vibe I was trying to portray. I had a bunch of this great footage that Sammy shot of me. If you have a bunch of footage, you can honestly just go in there and use this as a chance to experiment on how you want to portray this visual story. Think of the A-roll like a skeleton and B-roll like the organs that you're kind of filling in. I had the song at its base, and I started filling in the bits, looking at songs piece by piece, verse to chorus to verse to breakdown, and seeing, bit by bit, what parts from my footage would fit best in what parts of the song. If you have any questions regarding this project or anything else related to gloving, drop them in the comments. Have fun, stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.